Hello, this is my first tutorial ever. I'm doing it on behind the back 3-beat weaves, both forward and reverse. The reason I'm choosing this is it was one of the harder things for me to learn, and I thought maybe I could do something a little different that would help you out there. This is what it looks like. This is the forward variation of a behind the back weave. And from the side, and then reverse it, and again from the side. And you eventually get to where you can turn with it, which is kind of nice. A lot of tutorials will tell you to start with one hand and then just throw them together. That's what I tried to do, and honestly it just turns into a mess. You don't know when each hand crosses over or when you should be entering and exiting. It turns into things like this where they just start tangling, and it's a mess. So my advice, well, I like to spin counterclockwise. That's my comfortable direction. I started with reverse. I don't know if that was easier because of my preference or if it's because of stretching. When you do the weaves, you do stretch pretty far on both sides. I'll start with that just because it's what I was best at. For reverse weaves behind the back, the first thing to note is the hand you start with in the weave is on the bottom or the underside of the other arm. So if I lead with the right hand, it stays under the left arm. If you lead with the left arm, it stays under the right one. And I'll demonstrate that a few times for you here. If you lead with the right hand, it comes under the left. You'll want to get used to doing that movement. You can exaggerate it, bring the left hand way out and around. That's fine. If you start with the left one, bring the right one way around. So, whoops. Start with the left hand, bring the right one way outside. And just do that until you're comfortable with it, because that's the beginning of the weave. I would recommend learning both. We're starting right hand and starting left hand. When you link them together, it just turns into the weave. And if you kind of slow it down and break it down, when you're in this position, you come across and switch them, and switch them, and switch them. And that's what gives you the 3 beats. Your right hand ends up doing 2 rotations on your left side. Your left hand does 2 rotations on the right side. And then when it's on the other side of your body, it's only doing 1 rotation. Now when you're doing the forward behind the back weaves, it's the opposite of what we just discussed. Your right hand, if it leads, it comes on the outside. I gotta double check. Yes. Right hand, if you lead with it, will come over, and your left hand will be the one underneath. If you lead with the left hand, your right hand is the one underneath. So what you need to do is get comfortable with starting like left hand, that rotation, then right hand, and tucking the hand underneath. That's all you need to get used to. And once you can do what I'm illustrating here pretty comfortably, you should be able to just keep going by doing what I said. Switching it over, switching it over, switching it over. Behind the back weaves are very important. A lot of people actually give up when they're trying to learn them because it's so frustrating and it's like starting all over. Try to stick with it. They lead to a lot of things like waist wraps, full body crossers, stuff that I'm actually going to cover in my next few tutorials. So thanks for watching. If you need more detail, leave comments, and stay tuned for some of my other tutorials. The next one being full body crossers and waist wraps and meltdowns. So thank you.